Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Propane Canister YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be talking about vertical blocks inside of a game made for like 7-year-olds. You may notice the title of this video and why this is the one specific tower that you've never heard of. It's the best tower you've never heard of. This tower is awesome. I love it. Today we talk about the tower of 1 equals 0, and people are going to tell me to kill myself for saying what I'm about to say. I think this tower is one of the greatest towers ever entered the game, and it's a disgrace to humanity that it was removed. Of course, I'm exaggerating. With just a little minor reworking, maybe it could be a truly great and amazing tower, but who cares about that, right? What I'm going to show you today is some gameplay footage of the first few floors, and also my opinions on why this tower is so awesome. So, let's go. Alright, letting you know before we start, there are going to be no more photos in this video. It's just going to be gameplay, and I'm going to talk, and you're going to have to use your imagination. So what you're looking at right now is floor 1 of 1 equals 0, greatest tower ever. I'm the biggest 1 equals 0 meat rider. I think I might be the only 1 equals 0 meat rider, but I don't care. This used to be a tower in Ring 2. It was an easy difficulty tower. It was the first tower, and it got removed because of the guy who made it wanted it to be. I think he made the wrong choice, but I'll get to that later. For a while, Ring 2 only had 8 towers because this one was removed. He used to have 9, and the easiest tower was a hard tower, and it's a bad tower. Overcoming hatred's like the worst. Most of Ring 2 is bad, but this was like the only really good one for a while, except for Deep Darkness, which is okay, until they got two new beginner towers, which is Phone Snapping and Big Hole, which are medium and hard difficulty, and they're pretty alright. Phone Snapping is pretty good, and Big Hole is the most mid tower on the planet, but they kept all the old bad towers, so if people argue this tower is like horrible, but if you really look at it, it's not. It has some pretty stiff competition for horrible tower. We got GBJ Land, which, by the way, GBJ stands for Gronka Gonka Gagonka, make Gronka Bonka Jagonka, which is falling and failing, and this is a boring tower with horrible jumps. It's Shattered Dreams and traps, traps. What's the other one? Lazy. That tower makes me feel like I have Alzheimer's, Overcoming Hatred, and that's Cold Hands. So, pretty stiff competition for bad tower. I'd say the only other really good towers in Ring 2 are Deep Darkness, Table Flipping, Eternal Suffering, Difficulty Chart, at least the new one, and Wacky Strategy. The mini tower's not even that great, but here you can watch me fail this yellow part. If you fix this part, it'd be awesome. But yeah, 1 equals 0 was the easy tower. He got rid of it because he thought that an easy tower in the second ring was kind of bad for progression, and this tower is admittedly boring, but that's fine. I love this tower because it gives me feelings of nostalgia. It makes me feel like the good times are back, you know, because I used to play this tower back in winter 2020, greatest Christmas I've ever had, and that was when I really got into jtoh. Yeah. But I'm so sad to hear that this tower wasn't in the game anymore, because I really like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot more than the replacements. Phone Snapping is good. I think the perfect beginner towers would be Phone Snapping, Big Hole, or 1 equals 0, Phone Snapping, and Big Hole, and get rid of Overcoming Hatred. Everybody hates that tower. The tower is terrible. It made me want to rip my legs off. It Near, is not very good at making good towers, because the 3 towers that I can name by him are not very good. At the Overcoming Hatred, Confusion, and Inception, and Old Difficulty Chart. The new one has some collaborators, but he doesn't have the best track record in terms of making towers. I'm sure he's fine now. He made Overcoming Life Choices and Bitter Misery. That's a pretty good catastrophic tower. But the trifecta, originally quadruplet or whatever, was not good. They were not good at all, and they're still not great. Overcoming Hatred's not good. Confusion is copy-paste, and Inception is universally agreed to be a bad tower. Quarter Stud Head Hitters, I'm pretty sure, is in there. I've never really played it, but yeah. So that's why this tower should be in the game instead, because it's awesome. If you did a little retweaking to it, I think it could be a lot better, but you know, it's not that hard to retweak a pretty good tower already. He's got to kind of change up some sections. Not many, but just a few. But yeah, I think the Graceful Hobo, the guy who made this, has been seriously shafted as a creator. He's got two great towers, this one and Ruthless War Architecture, and neither of them are in jtoh. And I don't think Ruthless War Architecture even got an ATOS. It sucks because they're both really great towers, and they're both on the opposite end of the difficulty spectrum. 1=0 is like piss easy, and Ruthless War Architecture is harder, really hard. But they're both great, and they have similar, well, not really similar themes. Ruthless War Architecture is kind of a thinning layers tower where each floor gets smaller and smaller as you go up, and 1=0 just is a really long tower that tries to waste your time as much as possible. Such as another deconfirmed tower, this time an intense tower deconfirmed from Ring 7, called Tower of Time Wasting by 60 MMM and Fuse 4000, I'm pretty sure. It's another tower like this, where it's kind of looping, and 4-5 on that tower is just a giant conveyor, and it's just there to just waste your time. That's another really great tower that I think should be added back to the game. And there's a few deconfirmed Ring 7 towers. Scaling Nature's Heights can stay up, but the other ones are pretty good. Endless Wandering, no, it's not very great, because it's a memory tower. Because it's all in black. You gotta like learn all the colors and stuff, and it's kind of a pain. But Pure Torment, Time Wasting, and the other one that got deconfirmed, not what it was called, I think it was Increasing Pressure. They're all pretty good, and I like them. I think they're not the most creative towers, but you know, they're solid romps. And like most of the towers in Ring 7, replace collective collaboration or feeling lazy or never giving up ever with a tower like Time Wasting or Pure Torment. And I think I like the area a lot more. Well, Pure Torment's a soul crushing tower. Elongated Runs is very good. Terrified V is kind of forgettable, and so is Extreme Hell. So it's one of those in maybe game. That's really all I have to say, but there's a lot more tower left, so I'm gonna try and keep the commentary fresh. We're talking about more jtoh related stuff. The other thing is, I don't know if this tower really fit in Ring 2. It doesn't feel like a classic tower, you know? It feels kind of newer, even though it is a classic tower. It was in 2019, or early 2019, I think it was May, and it came out in Ring 2, so that's pretty cool. But it feels kind of ahead of its time. You know, it's not as horrible as all the Ring 2 and Ring 3 towers, which is like the classic towers. Well, I guess the classic tower would be Ring 1. Those towers aren't really all that great either. But yeah, I like this tower. I think it's really good. But what I read about when it was in game, because I wasn't playing when it was in game, its whole time spent in the game was spent with tragedy and torment, because this tower was broken for a really long time. And also the slide thing is just cool. It's cool. You used to have to tower across to it in deep darkness. That's funny, right? You gotta slide down the entire slide until you do the Eternal Suffering tower crossing. Yeah. I like the music, dude. The music is really good. It's all like Roblox licensed stock music, you know what I'm talking about? You hear it in the background, but it's all great. You know, it's really great music. It's a great tower. It's a fun romp. Just enjoy. It's easy. It's a nice break, because probably had to beat a hard tower to get into Ring 2, and that hard tower was probably heck, and heck is not very fun. I'm saying it. It's probably even though, well, my first hard tower wasn't. It was low woe. It was not heck. Second hard tower was Big Hole. Nah, I'm kidding, it was not Big Hole. I just beat Big Hole the other day. My second hard tower was heck. say, I was gonna say something. I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, I might have made this video a little too long. I'm not sure. I might cut it off early, but I do want you to see this floor 4, which I think is the best floor. It's a dark green floor. The other great part about this tower is it doesn't have a gradient, so it really sticks out in terms of how it looks, especially with the slide wrapping around it. A lot of towers in Ring 2 do that. I think only a couple have gradients. Overcoming Hatred kinda has a gradient, and Eternal Suffering has a gradient. And Deep Dark is just kind of boring colors, but the rest of the towers they're just random colors. So Phone Snapping is a gradient, and I think Big Hole is kind of a gradient. But it's kind of all the same theme of color, so is Deep Darkness. Shattered Dreams is just ugly. It doesn't look good in pictures. You ever notice that? If you look at a picture of Shattered Dreams, it kind of like, it doesn't look like all of the parts on one floor are the same color, and I'm not sure if they are. And I don't know. I think Ring 2's not good. I'd say it's the second worst ring behind 3, but if this tower was in there, I'd like it a lot more, just because this tower was in there. Is it a great beginner tower? I'm not entirely sure if it's a great beginner tower. Like I said, it's kind of boring and long-winded, and, you know, it is, I dare say, easier than the tutorial. It's easier than Unknowingly Simple Trust by a mile. It's a very easy tower. The acronym is, you ever notice that? It's too easy. It's probably why it's called 1 = 0, because it's kind of a stupid name. This tower is not really like math themed or anything. And this tower is no Steeple of Middle School. You seen that? Steeple of Middle School? I saw it in the tower feedback thread in the Discord server, and it's hilarious. It's a really bad steeple themed around middle school, and it's the greatest thing I've ever played. I mean, and I'm not being held at gunpoint or anything by the creator. I think it's a great steeple, and anyone who says otherwise is just wrong and should probably kill themselves. And look at me, I just did that stupid fucking idiot. But yeah, this tower is nice to play. When I'm stressed, I play this tower, and when I just want to sit down and relax, I play this tower. You know, I put on I put on a YouTube video essay, and then I sit down and I play 1 = 0 to however far I can get. Usually it's to about the pink floor. I've beaten this tower a few times, but I always run out of energy before I get to the purple floor. Not the purple floors, before I get to the blue floors. You're about to see the awesome maze. This maze is awesome. This is the really only part of the tower that I don't like, is this maze. Every other floor has a safety net, so you have to get to it somehow, and on floor 4 to floor 5, it's a maze. It's this maze. It's not a very hard maze, but it's still a maze, and I don't like mazes. Mazes make me piss my chance. It's just my pants, is what I mean. But it's a maze. I want to at least get to floor 5 before I have to cut this commentary short. I'm sorry if I'm doing this for a really long time. I'm sorry if this video isn't very good. And we're there. This video is not very great, I know. It's unscripted, and I'm just kind of ranting about blocks for a while. The music might even drown out my voice. I'm not sure. I'll probably turn it down or something, but whatever it is, this tower is, it's okay. I mean, well, it's okay. I don't know why I said that. For this whole video, I've been establishing that I am the biggest TOVZ meat writer. Yeah, this tower is amazing. I love it. If it was in the game, I'd probably come. Yeah, I'd come everywhere. This tower is so awesome. It feels like looking at those old like postcards from like the 20s or 30s or something. And it's like, this will be life in the year 2005, and it's like man, that's cool. It's like this tower is predicting the future almost. That's what I feel like, at least. I know probably nobody else feels that way, but at least I do. And it's pretty unique with the whole, you know, wasting time gimmick. I think that's funny. And there's a speed giver at the start that you can get if you do an emote clip, which makes you go a lot faster, makes the tower a lot shorter. So, yeah. Cool. And look at me, fucking idiot. Going back to the start. Boo. Boo, you stink! Look at that. Stupid fucking idiot. Yeah. You know, Graceful Holo, if you're watching this, if you're watching this and you're open to it, and I know that's not what he wanted, but add me on Roblox. I need practice in making Roblox obstacle courses, and I think I know this tower backwards and forwards. So if you're open to it, I'll help you fix some parts of this and resubmit it, and hopefully it gets back in the game. Where would it go? I don't know if it would go in Ring 2. I don't know how keen the devs are on removing Overcoming Hatred, which would be perfect world for me. Because at least Big Hole, at least Big Hole is just mid. It's not horrible. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say. We might not get past floor 5 in this video. Hope you enjoyed watching. I'm gonna do a fade out here in about 2 seconds. So leave a comment, like, and subscribe. And this has been Propane Canister talking about vertical blocks in a game made for 7-year-olds. So see ya.